It's 2020, everywhere in the world, it's locked down because of COVID. It was every child's best time because they didn't have to go to school, aka prison. Most of the kids used this time to play video games, while some, including this bad kid from grade 4, started to learn how to make video games. He had his father's old laptop from 1999, which was even older than him. His screen didn't even stay still without any support. But this dude decided to download the Unity game engine where he wanted to build his first video game in a laptop which couldn't even open the game, let alone the game engine. So to learn how to make a video game, he went to a channel where all the beginner game developer goes. And that is none other than Brackies. So this bad kid I'm talking about is me, and today I will take you to my game development journey. By the way, I will just talk about the finished projects because the unfinished projects would take a long time. Cubethon. So this was my first game which I made following this tutorial series from Brackies. It took me several tries to build the first level because of my laptop. When I moved my cursor, it moved after several seconds delay. When I built the game, I was so happy that I couldn't wait to go to school, aka prison, to tell my friends that I make games now. Crash Ball 3D. So after making my first game, which was just a replica of the tutorial, I wanted to make my own game. Like, new idea, new player. Okay, let's just change this to a ball. Yeah, so here's Crash Ball 3D. And no one says that it's copied for the game because I worked really hard on this shit laptop to build a fully playable game. By the way, this was also the first game which I uploaded it to itch.io and its trailer to YouTube. But now you can't play it because the game's file has crashed like its name. Okay, that joke aside, the next game is Flappy Bird. So now we are in the future, because if you check the first video of this channel, you guess it, I made Flying Bird. Yeah, every game developer has created a Flappy Bird clone in his journey, so it had become a tradition, and I also had to do that. I also made a full devlog on the game, and I made this to test my new laptop, which I thankfully got after 2 years. Red Cube Jumper. So it was my winter's holidays and I had nothing to do. So I made a game. I haven't told anything about this game on this channel, but it's just another red cube jumping over obstacles. Yeah, I couldn't get out of this idea of the player jumping over obstacles. You can also play the game on itch.io. I stopped making games for a while after this because of my school, but the next game I was going to build was for my school. And that is going to be Bin Man. Yeah, so it was my normal day at school and I was listening to a boring science lesson. I was half asleep, but my maths teacher came in and told me to make a game. It didn't happen that directly, but I have explained everything in this devlog, so make sure to check it out. So first I started to brainstorm the idea, but I realized that for a great idea you need a brain that I didn't have. But thankfully my friend had, so I had to team up with him. Shortly after, I sent the demo and it got selected for the presentation, so in 3 to 2 months I made a full game where the new superhero Bin Man cleans the world. We also got a medal for the game which I lost coming back home. Yeah. Buggy Simulator. So far every game I built was for PC, so I had to make a game for my Android user. To publish a game on Play Store, I needed $25 to pay, and I did so. So I paid the $25 to open my Google Play Console account. After I opened my Google Play Console account, I started to work on the game. I was always a fan of car games, but I couldn't play them because I didn't have a good PC. So my idea for this game was to build a single player 3D game in which the player has to reach the finish line before the time's up. I first imported some racing tracks from the internet and also this buggy from the Unity asset store. I made 10 levels which gets harder when you progress. I also tried to add some rewarded ads, but when I tried it on my phone, it just didn't work properly. After I completed building the game, I published it on Play Store and downloaded from every person's phone I know. The Astronoit. After building Buggy Simulator, I took a break from game dev and started my school life, aka prison life again. But one day I was watching YouTube and saw the next GMTK Game Jam's theme. Roles reversed. Yeah, I really wanted to participate in the game jam, but our family was going on a trip the next day. So that meant that I just had 12 hours to participate in the game jam that gave other contestants 49 hours to make the game. So as I told you, the theme for the game jam was roles reversed. And the first idea that came up to my mind was changing the roles of the character whenever the player fails to finish the level. And I made an astronaut which has to reach the Earth while dodging the asteroid. But if it collided with the asteroid, the role changed and now the player plays as the asteroid and has to stop the astronaut to reach the Earth. The game was cool, but it was not rated great in the game jam. But as my first game jam, I take it as a win. House of Fear demo. Till now I tried to create games one after another. I didn't explore more of the Unity editor itself and its features. So after making the Astronoit, I just opened Unity to check its cool features, and one feature that caught my eye was post-processing. It was the first time I heard about it and thought how easily could I make a horror scene with it. I downloaded some free textures and started to build a small level, which was supposed to be a test project, became my new game's demo. I also made a devlog for the demos, which you can check it out here. House of Fear full version. So I had to name the game, and that's the part where I really sucked. But not this time, because we were reading a novel at our school those days and it was quite interesting and mysterious. Plus, do you know what the name was?
Wow!
Yeah, so technically I just replaced the valley with the house. That's called creativity, copyrighted version. I will be really brief with this game because this video is getting too much long. So I made this game as my first horror game, and I also went to the features that I hadn't used before in my games. The features like jump scares, which of course sucked, but I made them. So in my opinion, this was my most successful game after Binman because I saw 5 to 6 gameplays video on YouTube of people playing this game. I also put some rewarded ads which earned me a total of 0.9 cents that I never got. Overall, I really enjoyed building it, and you can play the game from the link in the description. Max Driver. So I have a full devlog on it where I explain everything about the game. Basically, I just tried to recreate the better version of Buggy Simulator but just ended up releasing a demo. I hope in the future I work on the game and release a full version. I might also update House of Fear and publish a 2.0 version, so if you wanted me to do that, please make sure to suggest your ideas in the comment section. At its peak. This is one of my future's biggest game. I shared the story of it 2 months ago and also released a tutorial, or you can say a demo level, on itch.io. I started to work on the game but I lost the project file. So in the future I will release a full bigger version of At its peak. So these were all my finished projects. I know there are many demos like Max Drivers and At its Peak's demos that games are not released, but I'm trying my best to utilize my time and work on them. You guys also would have noticed the gap between my devlogs. It's because the only one thing that motivates me to create videos are your comments. I really appreciate you guys' support. I'm trying to build my own PC to run a bigger softwares like Blender, etc. Thank you for watching and goodbye.